Guys, welcome to another conversation lesson. Let's get to it today. We'll open our Ingu website. I always mention to you guys, you can come here by yourself, ingu.com, and work through some of these articles with a friend or just by yourself if you feel like practicing a little bit more. So let's see today's article. Let's go to this new one, hair and teeth. I need hair. My teeth are okay, but I need hair. Turkey's growing medical tourism industry. Let's see what they have for us. Make it bigger for us here. So we'll start off with the vocabulary. As I always say, I'm going to read through it. I'd like you to hit pause after each word, say it out loud, read it out loud, make sure you understand the word. If not, just type it in Google. They'll give you all the explanations you need. So let's go. First one, transplant, the act of replacing an organ in someone's body with a new one. The doctor told me that I'll need a lung transplant within the next 2 years. Ooh, that's a big one. Excuse me. The next one, cosmetic, relating to medical treatment intended to make a person look better. Jennifer decided to get cosmetic surgery because she always hated the shape of her nose. Okay. Then we've got procedure, a medical technique or operation. A biopsy is a medical procedure that involves taking a small sample of tissue for examination. Certified, officially recognized as having or meeting certain qualifications, standards, etc. Nadia became a certified pilot at the age of 20. Then clot. Yeah, clots, a thick, almost solid mass of blood that can block blood vessels. The study revealed that pregnant women have a high risk of developing blood clots. Botched, done badly, carelessly, or unsuccessfully. The botched robbery attempt was captured by the bank security cameras. Okay. Well, let's go right on to the article then. Again, I'm going to read the whole article. You can hit pause after each little paragraph. Read it out loud. You have to say the words. All right. Then we'll go to our questions. So, hair and teeth, Turkey's growing medical tourism industry. Senegalese American musician Akon recently announced that he went to Turkey for a hair transplant, saying the country was known for two things, hair and teeth. He was referring to the rise in people traveling to Turkey for cosmetic treatments. Turkish International Health Service Organization, USHAS, says over 670,000 people traveled to Turkey for healthcare in 2021, and this medical tourism was worth over $1.7 billion. Sorry, my nose is itchy. All right. USHAS says the top service accessed by foreign patients are gynecology, internal medicine, and eye care, but many people go for cosmetic treatments too. Cost is an important factor for those choosing Turkey for cosmetic treatments. According to the Daily Sabah, Akon said his hair transplant, a popular procedure among medical tourists to Turkey, cost $7,500, but would have been nearly $50,000 in the US. Medical Tourism.review, an online list of clinics and hospitals around the world, says many cosmetic procedures cost about half as much in Turkey as they do in the UK or US. For example, a facelift that cost an average of $7,000 in the UK and $8,000 in the US cost an average of $3,200 in Turkey. $3,200 in Turkey. Cosmetic dentistry is cheaper too. Cosmopolitan says veneers or permanent tooth covers cost from $300 to $4,000 per tooth in the US, but according to medical tourism site Bukimed, prices start at $80 per tooth in Turkey. Ah, that is quite cheap. Certified cosmetic surgeons in Turkey go through almost 13 years of education and training. However, any surgery anywhere has risks and travel adds more. Flying shortly after surgery, especially on the hips or knees, increases your risk of blood clots, says the UK's National Health Service. Some patients have also reported serious problems after returning home, requiring treatment from local medical services. Low-priced dentistry can come with problems too, with people getting healthy teeth filed down for veneers and suffering from infections. Ugh. However, Tariq Isman from the Turkish Dental Association told Agence France Presse that botched surgery rates of 3 to 5% are acceptable and could happen anywhere. Interesting. All right. Well, today we only have discussion questions, so let's jump right into it. Again, I'm going to read the question. I'll answer it in the way that I would if I were to speak to you, and you can hit pause either before or after. You can listen to what I say first and then respond to that, maybe add something to it or just share your own opinion, or you can answer it first and then listen to me and see if we share similar ideas. Up to you. All right, number one, what are your thoughts on Turkey's growing medical tourism industry? Yes, when I read it, I wasn't that surprised because I have a lot of students from Turkey, and from what they tell me, the country is not doing that well. The economy is not doing that well in Turkey. So obviously, prices would be higher, or prices would be a lot cheaper for people coming into Turkey. So if you're coming in for surgery and things like that, I'm sure it would be a lot cheaper than normally. Um, yeah, so I wasn't too surprised by that, just because I know that the economy is not doing that well at the moment. Number two, if you needed an expensive medical procedure, would you consider getting it done in Turkey or another foreign country? Hmm. Um, yeah, sure, why not? When I had cancer before, I had breast cancer actually, which is strange for a man, but yeah, I had breast cancer before when I was living in China, and I had to get my mastectomy done in China. So yeah, I was quite pleased with the service that I got there, and I was quite happy with the price was reasonable. Everything was okay. So, but I had to go back to South Africa to get my chemotherapy over there. I couldn't get it in China because it was just too complicated. Yeah. So I would go to other countries if right now I'm living in Thailand, so if Thailand is also quite known for cheap healthcare, so I would be more than happy to get some treatment done here as well. All right, number three, do you know anyone who wants to get a hair transplant or cosmetic surgery? Um, you know, looking at my head, I'd get a I'd get a hair transplant if somebody said, "Do you want a hair transplant as a gift?" Because I'm not spending even even if you tell me $1,000. Let me think in baht. $1,000, I would just be like, oh, that'd be nice, and also if you tell me it's like a full set of hair, like when I was 18 years old, I had a thick bush of hair. You can't imagine it, but yeah. Um, so I would like to have it, but I've also made peace with not having hair. So not having it, I'm fine with not having it. If you tell me, oh, do you want it for free? Yeah, I'll take it. But if you ask me to spend $1,000 on it, I'd be like, I'll go on a holiday. So I'm at peace with my little egghead. I've got a thick beard that I can shave or cut or what do things with if I want to. I want to change my appearance. Um, my wife, she always wants to, because she used to work in a beauty clinic, and they have all the fillers and treatments and things, and she's like, oh, I want to just do my nose, just make it. I'm like, she's pretty as she is, so no need for that. And I always say, Everybody's getting older. We're all getting older. So just age gracefully. Just, take care of yourself, but you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. If you, there's this comedian, Bill Burr, he's got a great bit about this. He says, if you 54 and you look 54, there's nothing wrong with that. You 54, you've lived your life, you've experienced things. And he always says there's two options. You can you can be 54 and look 54, or you can be 54 and look like a 29-year-old lizard. Those are your options. So don't get too much done. Obviously, it's just a joke. There obviously are people that get some things done and they look great, but so many people take it too far and then they just look all weird. All right. Number 4, is dental care expensive in your country? Please explain your answer. Explain your answer. No, in Thailand, in South Africa, I think it's kind of just normal. But I must say, I've done dental work in South Africa and I've done it here in Thailand. Thailand is better and it is a lot cheaper. So it's very cheap in Thailand and they are really good. I had to get a, I actually had, I had to get a root canal done in China when I was living there. And they started with a root canal and then I had to go back a few weeks later. But then in that time, I found out that I had cancer. So then I had to do the whole cancer process and the chemo and all of that. And the dentist said, like, no, don't do any of these things when you have chemo. They just kind of fold it. And then when I came back to Thailand, I had the root canal finished over here, and they were just so good. Yeah, they were just really, it's still perfect up to now. They were really, really good. And it was very, very cheap, I think. In dollars, um, I'm speaking under correction now, but maybe like $30. I think it was about $30 or $40, something like that. All right. Um, Next one, number 5. Would you rather be a cosmetic surgeon or a dentist? Why? I'd rather be none of those. I cannot I cannot take the sight of blood. If I watch a movie, the more blood, the better. It can be as gruesome as you can get. But if it's real life, if you cutting somebody open here in front of me, my one friend had something removed from their finger, and I went in just to kind of support, and the doctor cut it open, and it was just a little cut, and they were just cutting out like a little swollen thing. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I'm starting to feel, very lightheaded, and I had to just leave. I couldn't take the sight of it. So I cannot be either of these. But if I had to pick one, if I was okay with the sight of blood, I'd probably go cosmetic surgeon just because I think they make better money. So yeah, I'm terrified of dentists. Just a little FYI. So I don't want to do anything with a dentist. All right, further discussion. Do most people in your country pay for private health insurance? In South Africa, I would say yes. Most people in my social circles would pay for health insurance. Everybody that I know has health insurance. Most people that I know. Yeah, in Thailand, not really. Um, you do get a lot of people that have health insurance, but a lot of people also don't have. And yeah, the hospitals are very reasonably priced, so it's not that crazy. Number 2, what are your biggest complaints about your country's healthcare system? Um, Again, if I talk about South Africa, I don't know because I can't complain because I had my chemotherapy done there, and I actually because I was working in China and I had to leave my job and go back to South Africa. So when I went to South Africa, I was kind of seen as unemployed, and I went to a public hospital to get my chemo done there, and they were very good, But again, at the city where I lived, the oncology department there at the private hospital, at the public hospital was very, very good compared to all the other public hospitals. So I cannot complain because my experience have been really nice and they've been wonderful for me with my cancer. But if I had to get a hip replacement, for example, it would be a completely different story. I would not be happy to go to the public hospitals in my country. It would be a terrible experience. Um, yeah, that's so it's just not run well. It's not maintained. It's not, the government doesn't take care of these hospitals. Yeah, it's as they don't take care of most of the things they should. So in Thailand, yeah, I don't have any problems with Thailand's healthcare. I think they're really good. I think they take care of everything. Maybe the system is a bit slow. So if you go to the hospital, but again, in South Africa, if you go to the public hospital, it's the same story. Um, it's a whole day, to see the doctor or to do anything takes a whole day. So they can maybe speed up the process, but if you have that many people and it's the public industry, then it's going to take long, I guess. It's the same in China. It was also taking a whole day to do anything. Um, but if you go to a private hospital, it's very nice. My wife, she's got insurance from her work. So if she goes to the hospital, it's in and out, very fancy, very nice, all la-di-da and posh. So yeah, no complaints. Number three, how long does it usually take to get an appointment with your doctor or dentist? So yeah, again, in Thailand, you just go in and you pick a number in the morning and you wait. So at least you could, if you go in the morning, you'll see a doctor in that same day, but it'll take a day. Yeah. Number four, do you know anyone who works in the healthcare industry? What do they do? Yeah, I know a bunch of people. I've got family who works. My one cousin's, I think, is a nurse, and I've got friends who work in it. Yeah, I know a bunch of people who work in it. All right. Number five, I'm not big on plastic surgery for me, but I don't fault it for someone who wants it for them. Sharon Stone, what are your thoughts on the statement? 100% agree. I would not do anything just to enhance my features in some way. I accept who I am. I take care of who I am. I like to look good. I like to take care of myself. But I'm not getting anything. I'm not going to get any to cut anything on my face to enhance my features. If there's something wrong, then yeah, I'll maybe try and fix that. But just to make me look better, I'm not cutting my face for that. No, and I'm not injecting things into me. I'm just taking care of me in a normal way. But if you want to do it, go for it. Go crazy. And also if you have the money to do it, because if you don't have the money to do it and you're trying to spend thousands on a facelift or whatever it may be, then what are you doing? Get your priorities straight, take care of your life first. Make sure you've got a house, make sure you've got food, make sure your family's taken care of. And then if you have money left over, then yeah, do what you want, it's your money. But make clever decisions. And you should also ask yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want to go through this much to improve something that everybody's going to look, you can I mean, if you look at Madonna, even Madonna, she's had so much done and you're still old. I saw you, no, don't do it, man. Don't just make peace with who you are and age gracefully. you can look classy at an old age. You don't have to look young at an old age, but you can still look classy. So do that. All right. But if you don't want to, then you do you. Okay. Well, that is it, guys. That's all the questions for today. So if you have any questions or anything you disagree with or anything you agree with, put in the comments. Let's have a chat. See you guys next time. Bye bye.